Welcome back and welcome to another installment of how parents can be the best teachers for their children. Yes, they'll have many teachers at school, playmates, friends, at church, but the best teachers are parents. And one of the tools that they can use is their ability to play with kids, tackling fun things like puzzles that kids enjoy and that you enjoy spending time with them. Family time. So let's take one puzzle and look how it's converted into a time of improving rational thought. We'll start off. Here's one of the first important things to look at when selecting a puzzle for your child. Not for what you want, but for their attention span, their interest. You don't want to tire them out, but you do want to challenge them a little bit, and you're going to work with them initially a lot. So you look at a puzzle piece like this. Does it capture their imagination? Is it at the right age level? 300 pieces. I'd say you have to know your student whether 300 pieces or 9 pieces is appropriate. So let's take a look inside of a typical puzzle. You know already from your experience that the corners and the edges are perhaps the easiest pieces to find. So I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to look at those pieces. All right, so we have some of the pieces right here, and we're going to even categorize them by color. There's a corner, but here's a corner stuck to another piece, and we'll pull these off, set them aside. We're going to next concentrate, after we have a series of straight edges and corners, on similar color patterns, and we'll see what we can do. So after you get going on this type, you can go back and start looking through the spread out right side up pieces that you as a family have arranged. So we'll pull these off to the side because they're an important color. We may be able to find something that is a combination. You see the purple stripe there? We'll put that off to the side too. That corner doesn't seem to fit with much of anything, but here I have a collection of colors that have yellows and blues in them. And the first thing I'm going to try to identify the parts of the piece, I call this a tunnel and these explorers. There are other words that you can use, but for your age group I would use tunnels and explorers. And you can start wondering how these are going to fit in, looking for clues. But the first clue you want to look for are straight edges and lining up tunnels and explorers. Here's a nice combination right here. Now I'm going to look for a tunnel on another straight edge that has purple in the tunnel, because the explorer is purple, and has these possibilities, 2 red stripes. This is not going to fit, wrong color or shade. Obviously not. Is that going there? Nope. And that's the other thing that we're learning with the puzzle, is you can make attempts and you can miss on your attempts. No harm, no foul. Here's a piece. Got a little bit of yellow in it. I don't think it's going to flow in here. But you'll notice that the line seems to be going this way. And so maybe this goes along this side and we might be able to find another piece. This one, oh, that's how that goes together. So you start using clues to look at this puzzle. This one, again, I'm going to guess seems to be flowing along the side, but this is a process. You look for pieces that you recognize and you line them up and you know what you're looking for. Here, for instance, is a lot of yellow inside a tunnel. And you can arrange that. Let's see. Oh, yep, that may well go. So now I have more clues. I've got 2 tunnels on this piece, and I've got this shape here. So I can eliminate, for instance, that one. It almost has that shape. Close, but no cigar. You know, every time you attempt something, but once they attempt something, just keep it in this area. Maybe put them in charge of collecting these shades in here, these pastels, and talk a little bit more about puzzles. So, what are some things you can do with your kid? You can improve their view of science by understanding that complex problems are broken down into simpler problems. Copernicus took one complex problem, how the stars move, and converted it into a simpler problem. He didn't have enough evidence, but he had one part of the puzzle. Other astronomers came along, like Kepler and Tycho Brahe, and they had individual pieces that they were adding to the puzzle. And in the end, none of them had the final puzzle put together, and we do not today. Beware of people that insist they've got all the answers to all the problems. They're the ones to challenge and say, are you sure? Show me the steps that you put your puzzle pieces together to help me understand. That's what scientists do. They put the pieces together and let you confirm their work and add new pieces, or you pick up that puzzle and put it aside and tackle another one. How do you compose something as complex as a symphony? You put little pieces together. This instrument with this instrument, this melody with this theme, and so forth. It's all about adding together to get a bigger picture. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Thank you for tuning in, and watch for our next video next week.